Daughter Ivanka will be taking Caroline's place on The Apprentice.
Correct.
Nepotism.
That's true.
Why?
I like nepotism. You know, if you can't take care of your kids, you know that better than I. Look at your
Turner
beautiful
was
kid.
a big fan of.
I like nepotism. I think, you know, a lot of people say, oh, nepotism. Usually these are people without children. But I like nepotism.
Well,
got it.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
I got it now.
No, I don't.
I got it.
Hold on. He was, Alex, I think he was a little subtle there. I was having trouble reading in between the lines. Can you play that clip again? I just want to.
It's important.
I can't figure out whether he likes nepotism or not. Can we play that clip one more time?
All right, your daughter Ivanka will be taking Caroline's place on The Apprentice.
Correct.
Nepotism.
That's true.
Why?
I like nepotism. You know, if you can't take care of your kids, you know that better than I. Look at your
Turner
beautiful
was
kid.
a big fan of.
I like nepotism. I think, you know, a lot of people say, oh, nepotism. Usually these are people without children. But I like nepotism.
Oh my God.
I'm just a dumb country lawyer. I'm going to. Does anybody have a pen? I'm going to take notes this time.
Sam, share your pen.
Because I'm not sure. Play that one more
Here's
time
some
for me.
paper
I
for
want to
you,
see if he
honey.
likes nepotism or not. Go ahead.
All right, your daughter Ivanka will be taking Caroline's place on The Apprentice.
Correct.
Nepotism.
That's true.
Why?
I like nepotism. You know, if you can't take care of your kids, you know that better than I. Look at your
Turner
beautiful
was
kid.
a big fan of.
I like nepotism. I think, you know, a lot of people say, oh, nepotism. Usually these are people without children. But I like nepotism.
I think I got it that time.
That's all
Third
right.
I think he
time's a
likes
charm.
nepotism.
I think that's clear. What I found interesting was, I don't know if we can put that up, he was also offering his hot takes that night on the Foley scandal, Angelina Jolie, firing Carolyn, and why he
my
wants
God.
you to be rich.
Fantastic. I missed that episode.
He loves nepotism,
But joining
too.
us now is MSNBC correspondent Vaughn Hilliard. Vaughn, good to have you back on the show.
Good morning.
So
You dug a lot of this up yesterday, and it wasn't just Donald Trump repeatedly saying how much he loved nepotism.
And when you go searching through some transcripts, and there's a lot of them when it comes to Donald Trump, you find some things along the way. And there's another one from
What?
2006.
Really?
But this was Ivanka Trump, and I just want to read you. This was back, it was from a 2020 2-hour special that was done on privilege. And the quote in which she was talking about essentially her role in the family, she was quoted as saying, quote, "Did nepotism play a part in the fact that I'm joining my father? Yes. I cut out years of bureaucratic pencil pushing by joining the company."
Oh, good for her.
And I acknowledge that.
And
she
by the way,
didn't have to do all that pencil pushing.
By the way,
who would want to do that?
by the way, that's what you want. Like Hunter Biden yesterday was straightforward. He said, "Of course, it was because of my last
Acknowledge
name,"
it.
and that's what Ivanka's doing right there. Like, let's just stop pretending otherwise.
Well, the issue is then when you have literally yesterday, just last night in San Antonio, at a Trump campaign event, Don Jr. is up on stage, and he is saying, when talking about Hunter Biden, he quote, I want to pull this up here real fast here. This was just last night.
This is all too interesting. These,
This is Hunter Biden, quote, about the only job he could get would be a no-show job at a corrupt Ukrainian oil company because no one else would hire this clown. That was Don Jr. just last night. And of course,
Wow.
you know, I wanted, if I could bring up, it was back in May of 2017. I was in Dallas. And at the time, Don Jr. was speaking at a Reagan dinner to a Republican club out there in Dallas. And at the time I wrote an article because it was Don Jr.'s foray into politics for the first time since his father took over the presidency. And he said, you know, once you get an itch at this, it's hard to let it go. And the article that I wrote at the time was the fact that Don Jr., despite leading the Trump organization, despite his the president holding on to financial responsibilities within the organization, what I wrote at the time was that how stark it was that Don Jr. was getting back into politics. 2 years later, that's not even the conversation that we're having today.
Yeah,
There we
and
go.
of course, Mike, it is nepotism, and Don Jr. Had no more qualifications to take the job that he had than anybody else did, than Hunter Biden did. It's just, it's other people I think can criticize, but it sure sounds hypocritical from Donald Trump or family members who benefit from that nepotism, that same nepotism, except they're not doing it in Ukraine, they're doing it in the White House and in Trump Tower.
Yeah, you know, the tweet from Don Jr. that Vaughn just read, that struck me yesterday, too. I mean, you wanted to say, hey, Don Jr., please, go to the Webster's Dictionary, look up the word irony, and try and figure that out. Vaughn, read that tweet for people one more time, and just think about this.
Quote, about the only job he could get would be a no-show job at a corrupt Ukrainian oil company because no one else would hire this clown.
Now,
That is projection, actually.
yeah.